Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Dragon's Quest 11. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to help support the channel. Click that notification bell if you want to be alerted to when I am streaming. In the last episode, I used my hand somehow, that little, let's see if we can get a look at that little mark right there, to shoot a laser beam into the sky, which electrocuted some sort of bird chicken thingy. Redbeard and Gemma make their way back to the bottom of the tour. Okay, so it doesn't make you walk all the way back. Alright. And we got the kid. I assume there would be like a little cutscene here. Woof woof, says Sandy. Thanks for bringing Cole back safely, Sandy. Good girl, I knew you could do it. I'm sorry, Gemma. I thought it would be funny to jump out and surprise you. I'm an idiot. I'll never do it again, I promise. Well, we're not, that's like a adult rite of passage, but I don't think we ever go back up there. My Cole told me everything. He told me how you fought off those horrible foggy monsters. I don't know how to thank you. And you and Gemma aren't hurt either. Such a relief. I got hurt a couple times. Who's this guy? Well, the main thing is everyone's alright. You can never be too careful with monsters around. I owe you one, Redbeard. And Gemma and Sandy too. Just 1 second, I forgot to start my timer. There we go. That lightning was terrifying. Were you lot alright up there? I'm ever so sorry you poor things had to go through such an awful ordeal. So you did it. You've been to the top of the tour. Well, you'd better let the mayor know. Everyone will be desperate to hear how you got on up there. Don't keep them waiting, will you? Okay. Nobody's saying anything too interesting. Surprised there was no kind of reward for saving that child's life. When the lightning struck the tour, I must confess I feared for your safety, but it seems like you escaped unharmed. Truly, we must give thanks to the spirit of the land who watches over all of us. See, the mayor's not here anymore. Where are these kids? Yeah, you're back. Your mom said to tell you she's gone home to make your tea. Well, she said something about food, not just tea. That lightning was so scary. The sky flashed and there was a big bang. Boom. Alright, there's everybody, I think. Well done, you two. Glad to see you safe. Alright, thank goodness you're safe.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you.
Redbeard explains what happened at the top of the tour.
Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it, the spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretch into the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestonians now. Only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such breathtaking fashion, you know. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may await you out there. Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
Wouldn't want to do that. Apparently she's cheating me, though.
Come on, you. Home time.
Talked a big game about making us some delicious dinner, and then to tell the boys, like, I'm just going to make tea. Can't believe it. Alright, coming of age, awarded descending the top of Cobblestone Tour and completing the ceremony that signifies adulthood. And we got an achievement for it. Welcome back. So the ceremony's all done. Congratulations. Now tell me you forgot. Now don't tell me you've forgotten where you lived and all the excitement. Just follow the paving stones and soon you'll find your way back. Oh, but you must be tired. You must be tired to be forgetting that. You should head home and put your feet up. Okay, so the game wants me to go to sleep. So that's where I just came down, isn't it? Does this go to the tour? Doesn't say. What's up here? We're definitely going to have to do a sweep around town, check it out, see what's going on. Good grief, this is a tall ladder. Got it. Whoa! Nice view of the town. I did not know I could run right off the edge of that. I think fall damage is not a thing. Now I gotta climb that ladder again. Yeah, this was the way to the tour. That's where we came from. We got a beefy guy blocking the road this time. Nice work, Mr. Grown-Up. Now your dear old mom's waiting for you, I reckon. Area owe me and tell her your adventures. It's unfortunate they went with the Queen's English, because like the stuff like that, the more slang kind of dialects of England English can be sometimes quite difficult to understand. Holding shift does not make me go faster. I wanted a nice little view of the town, but kind of just ran straight off the edge. Alright, let's get that nice view of the town, and let's not go all the way to the edge this time. That's pretty cool. I see all sorts of little shiny bits. There's some over there. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some free stuff. But let's see if there's any free stuff up here. I do see some pots. We know we can break those. Chunk of copper ore. Seed of agility. Now I'm not super familiar with the Dragon Quest series, so I don't know what these seeds of agility, and we had something else. What was that? Items we want. Slime drop. Oh, seed of skill. That was the other thing. Extra point of skill, seed agility. Permanently increases agility. Okay, pretty self-explanatory then, I guess. Oh, let's just go off this way. We don't need to go back down there. Let's see what kind of treasure we can find. Whew. That was a heck of a drop. Can I ride this horse? Oh, you pet the horse. Always a good game mechanic. Chewing contently on the ground with a big mouthful of grass. I can only pet the one. Doesn't seem quite fair, but okay. I'm afraid my horses don't have a lot of get up and go with at the minute. They're too busy enjoying delicious grass. Oh, if it isn't young Redbeard, make sure you're nice to Gemma, you hear? She's a keeper, that one. Not this again. Oh, just look at your face. You've gone all red. Oh, to be young again. Tee-hee, we're just talking about you and Gemma. What's that you were saying? Oh, nothing. Tee-hee. Amazing when you think about it, isn't it? That Yggdrasil, the world tree, has watched over Edris since the dawn of time. They say that tree has been there for as long as Yggdrasil. I don't know if that's true, but there's something special about it. Right enough. I'm assuming it's not this tree, is it? A curious power emanates from the root wrapped around the tree. Interesting. Pet this horse. Oh, there's a kid there. Didn't even see them. Look at my lovely horse. She's the loveliest horse in the whole village. Alright, we did not check up this way. Don't see any treasure here. It is nice that they make most of the little treasures shiny, so they're normally pretty easy to find. No treasure in this little stable we got here. Let's check this place out. There's just horses all over the place. He's having a drink. Always remember when you were little, going fishing with old Chalky. You'd sit there for hours on that funny three-sided rock out by the falls, just the two of you. He would have been so proud to see how big and strong you've grown. It seems like only yesterday you were knee-high to the grasshopper. I'd love to visit Helidor one day. Helidor? Helidor? They say there's always something going on there. Apparently it's bustling with people and the shops are full of all kinds of lovely things. No boring old Cobblestone. I kind of like the more laid-back type of villages and whatnot. Alright, we got a shop of some kind. Alright, Redbeard, what are you and Gemma up to, eh? We just got back from climbing the Tor. Ah, so that's where you've been. Well, isn't that nice you got to go up there together, eh? Can't buy anything? Alright, same dialogue. I guess I cannot. Treasure about? I don't see any. Can't seem to get up there. I can bust these barrels though. 2 gold coins. I'm sure the shopkeeper will really appreciate that, me smashing her stuff on the ground. Got some kids playing on the river. Let's go up top up here. Check this out. What's down here? Assume that's an invisible wall. Okay, door is locked tight. Okay. Can't go there quite yet. Look like a little cove where they might try to hide some treasure for me. Woof woof. I think that's my house. So let's go this way. Alright, free stuff. There's a smashable barrel. Whoop. Oh, they are smashable. Whoop, just smashing up this dude's house. Or lady, I guess. Oh, you're right here. Ah, I remember climbing the Tor all those years ago. Back then I was young, single, and free. Great days, great days. I'm sure your wife appreciates hearing that. You know she's right there. Monsters appearing on top of our sacred Tor, of all the places. And they say there are more blighters running around outside the village than ever before. I don't like this one bit. Well, that's not good at all, is it? Alright. What we got back here? There's some pots. I figured there'd be something back here. 5 more gold coins. I'm assuming, I mean, most RPGs, early game money's pretty tight. So this extra little running around, I know it's not the most exhilarating, exciting content, but it's going to be necessary long term. It's going to be better doing this and experiencing what the game has to offer versus just like grinding on monsters over and over again. End up getting over leveled, and I don't want the game to not be fun. If you want to get somewhere in a hurry, what you need is a horse. They're faster than people by a long shot. But you know that already. Being a better rider than most, eh? Nice, manly pursuit. Riding. Very grown up. Okay. Let's smash this guy's house up and see if it gives us anything. It doesn't seem to. Ooh, what's this? Let's steal a book. There's a book called Tour de Horse I forget how to say it. Extraquarianism. For young and old. Redbeard takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. For the longest time, I simply could not understand what all the fuss was about. Horses, to me, they always seemed skittish and dangerous animals. But all that changed when I was finally convinced to ride one. Such grace, such speed, I was speechless. What a fool I'd been for all those years, refusing to even entertain the idea of riding one. And the way my faithful steed rushes to my aid the moment I ring the bell, no matter where I am in Erdura. It moves me near enough to tears every time. Such loyalty, such nobility. Long live the horse. I dare not imagine a life without one now. Those heavenly hoofbeat have clip-clopped their way into my heart. Little bit of lore, I guess, kind of. Really more of a review on horses. Doesn't seem to be too much in here. I do need to figure out how to get on top of all these houses. I guess those doors automatically close after a minute. That might be the way, because there were a couple of shiny bits like that guy. How the heck am I supposed to get on top of this guy's house? Here's the way. Okay, so they make it pretty obvious how you're going to get up there. Piece of pink pine. I didn't look to actually see what that does. Item bag. Smooth, slender stick, a pretty shade of pink. Okay, it does not really say what it does. What does view details do? Just says where I found it and what I can sell it for. Okay. Possibly a crafting item, perhaps? I assume crafting is a component of this game since I'm able to collect copper ore. I can't imagine they would bother programming that in just for it to be, you know, junk you sell to buy stuff. Talk to the children real quick. I love playing in the water. What do you have to say? Come on in, Redbeard. The water's lovely. It does look awfully nice. That is for certain. Thanks for clobbering those stupid monsters. When I grow up, I'm going to be big and tough, just like you. Maybe. Looking at your dad, that's a possibility. You're probably going to have to work at it some. You did well, both of you. You're not children anymore. You're grown-ups, so welcome to the club. Whoop. Can't seem to jump that fence. Cobblestone's well tucked away here in the valley. There aren't many people who know this place exists, you know? And that's why it's lovely and safe. The monsters don't tend to bother us, and we get to live in peace and quiet. Lovely. This gentleman. Hey, Redbeard. You don't want to be wandering around outside the village after the day you've had. You need to be getting home. Aha. Oh, there's a treasure chest down there, too. Nice. Oh, that does not seem to be the way to get there. Let's open this guy up. A cypress stick. Puts it in the equipment bag. Is that like a weaker weapon than what I have? Said it was equipment. Yeah, cypress stick. It's only one worse than a sword? That seems very strange. Only does one less damage than a sword. Must be a quite sharp stick. Oh, who's this? Well, if it isn't Cobblestone's newest grown-ups. Were you looking for the mayor? He's at home at the moment. Listen, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I've been worried sick about you, Gemma. Well, it's only natural, I suppose. He is your granddad, after all. A message from the mayor. Ferocious monsters at large outside the village. If you must go out into the wild, make sure you're prepared. Okay. I guess, is this like town hall or something, I'm guessing? Be my guess, since she said the mayor's at his house rather than here. Unless the mayor's a regular at the local tavern or something. Go ahead and get this little treasure, another medicinal herb. Nice. Can't get up that tower. We'll check out the insides. Yeah, this is some kind of town hall or something. Now that you've climbed the tower, I'm pleased to say that you and Gemma are full-fledged Cobblestonians. Now all you need to do is settle down together and live happily ever after. Granddad, honestly. Well, maybe this is the mayor's house. Do you have anything of interest? There's a book here. Check that out. There's a notebook with Dustin's Cooking Compoundium written on the cover. Redbeard takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The puns keep flooding into my mind. I've never experienced anything like it. Get a load of this one. We, could show the visitors around the great stone spire beyond the village and call it Cobblestone Tour. And there's plenty more where that came from. They just won't stop. It's like divine inspiration. Here's another. Mother said she'd thrown her son off from a cliff if he didn't eat his vegetables, but it was a bluff. It's like the god of hilarity has granted me his holy blessings. I must tell Gemma right away. It seemed more like his diary than a cookbook or whatever it was supposed to be. Smash some stuff. Oh, that's how we get up top. We'll definitely want to check that out. That would be a good place to hide a little bit of treasure for me. Some of these ladders in this game seem to be unnecessarily long. Hopefully that's not a trend in this game, but we will see. Oh, literally nothing. Or at least get a nice view. Let's peek out the window. Not really. Alright. I guess you can kind of look over the town. Oh, that was the ladder. I thought I saw an icon pop up. That must have been what it was. Alright. Because isn't Duncan her dad the mayor? Isn't that how that works? I believe so. Where have we not explored yet? We have not explored what appears to be a church. People of Cobblestone, we must give thanks for our blessings every day. Come and say a prayer of gratitude at the church. Check out and around it. Can't seem to jump those fences. We're blocked off this way as well. Oh, we can sneak right through there. We want to check behind this. Yeah, I figured there'd be something. 6 gold. Alright, and truly behind the church is blocked off. Need not worry about that. Let's check out the insides. I do like the door opening animations, and I like that they've either done a good job of hiding loading the screens or there aren't any, and it's just kind of fluid. It's all thanks to the spirit of the land, you know. You coming back from the tour safe and sound, the village is so peaceful. The village being so peaceful for so long. I think this would be a perfect time for you to offer up a prayer of thanks, don't you? Greetings, my child. It's good to see younger members of my flock taking time to pray. Now shall we begin? How may the church assist you? Oh, so you have to manually save at churches. Interesting. Alright. And divination. Learn how much experience each party member needs to reach the next level. It doesn't say how much any of this stuff costs. Fallen party member. Cure poison. Remove curses afflicting party members. Switch to 2D mode. This will create a new adventure log. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Alright, we'll cancel for now. But we'll keep that in mind. May the holy powers watch over you. That this is how you save the game. As well as cure poison and stuff. I guess if you're out of antidotes. Revive fallen party members. Steal an antidotal herb from the church. You can do all kinds of great things at the church. Alright. I believe we're pretty much left with... Did I go up here? I think I did, because that's the stable. No, I did not go up here. Alright, a little bird told me you and your mate, Gemma, went to the top of the tour and back. You ain't a little boy no more, Redbeard. You're a man. So here's some advice from one bloke to another. Whatever you're doing, enjoy it. No one knows how long they got, so make the most of it. That's, I mean, kind of true, but you also don't want to, like, plan like you're going to die tomorrow, because... I mean, throughout most of your life, that's probably not what's going to happen. So if you don't look more than right at the end of your nose as far as planning for your future goes, you're going to make the later parts of your life much more difficult. So I don't know how sage that advice is. Was he the only house on top of this little hill? I think he was, yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's our home village of Cobblestone, with the exception of our mother's house. Or I guess our house. We live there too. Did I go in this? Yeah, that was the mayor's house. This is the wrong way. That's why. I got a little disoriented is all. Is there anything back here? I can't go in the water. Oh, I can go in the water here. No hidden treasures. No games like to do that. They like to hide stuff behind waterfalls, but apparently not here. Can't interact with those little mushrooms. Yeah, I didn't get any inclination that there was, but I wasn't 100% sure if there was some kind of alchemy mechanic. Well, we can get on top of this house and get some stuff. Is this our house, or do we get the big house that looks like the mayor's house? This one's probably ours. The next one's probably Gemma's. We got a furry feather. Odd. Let's open up this chest. Come on. There we are. And 50 bucks. Hey. Cannot complain about that. Let's check around the back side. See if there's any more treasure hiding for us. Another 10 bucks. Alright. Woof woof. Alright, so I don't know. If I open the map, will it tell me? Alright, we live in the big house. That's nice. Alright, let's check out the small house first then. Oh, this is like a shed. This isn't a house. Okay. Yeah, my family must be doing alright. We got one of the nicest houses in town.
Oh, here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the tor, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me.
Goodness me indeed.
Here I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along. Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk.
Uh-oh.
Here. This belongs to you.
Oh, am I going to finally see what was in that letter? Oh no, what is this?
Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the tor. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village. It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're...
I'm what?
You're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
That seems a little far-fetched. I don't know what the Luminary is.
What?
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny and that there was something you had to do.
Okay.
He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Alright, I guess that's the next
Crikey.
mission.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
All right. That kid made me nervous thinking I was only going to get tea. The reincarnation of the luminary. Redbeard tries his hardest to sleep, but is confused by everything he's learned and excited about his coming trip. Eventually. Having trouble sleeping? Well, it's no surprise after all the excitement today and your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air always does me a power of good. Seems to be a common phrase. Is that something people say? They're definitely using it in this game. I can explore around our house a little bit. Another unnecessarily long ladder. Into a storage room. Oh, I can smash these pots though. Might get a little something out of it. Another 10 bucks. Don't mind if I do. Alright. So, me and my mom literally sleep in the same room in beds right next to each other. Excellent. Alright. Can I do anything with these chickens? I didn't try that earlier. I cannot. What does the game want me to do right now? I see nothing. Said go for a walk. Something tells you something's waiting for you in the center of Cobblestone. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's head to the center of town then. What does the game consider the center? Like here-ish? Here, perhaps? I guess that's not the center. Let's open that map up. I mean, I would assume that's the center of town. Oh, maybe this up here.
Oh, can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone. That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the luminary, that reincarnation thing. I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get it. I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to. Goodbye, old friend.
Exhausted after his long day, Redbeard finally falls into a restless slumber. Then morning comes. Looks like we're dressed for adventure.
Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your grandfather were here to see you. You won't forget him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. A mother knows these things. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once. Why don't you visit the village shop before you head off to Heliodor? You'll need some supplies for your big adventure.
All right.
But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
I guess I'm that special. I guess do people not leave town that often? Be the only thing I could really think. Let's head to the town shop. See what we can get. I heard all about it from your mother. She said there's an important journey you have to make, and you, just a youngster. Well, before you head off, make sure you visit the shop. You know where it is, of course, down the slope and across the river. Once you've stocked up, head off to the village entrance to the north. We'll all be waiting to see you off. What is this? We got a side quest? Dearie, dearie me, what am I going to do? Oh, if it isn't young Redbeard. You came along at just the right time. I got a favor to ask, you see. The other day, I was playing with my lad, you know, the messing around, as you do. Well, anyway, he's got this flurry feather that he loves, and well, a fool I am, I managed to let it blow away. Luckily, the wind only blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I'd go get it myself, but I'm not good with heights, I'm afraid. Anyway, a brave young fellow. Anyway, I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you don't mind climbing up there and getting it back for me. You'd be doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you. Yeah, we'll take this quest because we already went and got it. I knew you'd help me out. You always pay attention to what the priest said in church, you know. That stuff about always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow, no mistake. Now there's no time to lose. My son's desperate to get his beloved feather back. Hurry over to your shed. I'm sure you've climbed your fair share of roofs, but just something to clamor, just plus the B, which is spacebar in my case, to jump up there. Once you found the flurry feather, bring it back and I'll see if I can give you a little something in return. Best of luck. Alright, we got the People's Friend request. There you are, Redbeard, and it looks like you got the feather. Would you mind letting me have it? Sure, no problem. Thanks, I knew you wouldn't let me down. I can't wait to see the look on my boy's face. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little something in return. For a sleeping hibiscus. And that's not all. I got a tip I hope you find useful. If you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for a purple speech bubble above their head. I kind of figured that out when I saw that yours was purple. Listen to what they have to say, and if you can do anything to help, it'll always pays to be kind to others. But don't feel that just because someone shared their woes with you that you have to help them right away. You can always come back when you want a little extra change of pace, or if you're not sure what to do next. Anyways, thanks again, Redbeard. I really owe you one. Now, just remember, whatever's waiting for you up ahead, be kind to others and you'll do just fine. Success. The quest has been transgressed with finesse. Oh, that's nice. It gives me a big old stamp right there. Let's actually check the map out. Oh, that's not the map. We want this one. Okay. We'll have to check next time we see someone with a purple marker like that. We will want to see, whoops, if the side quests show up on there, in which case we're going to be doing dang near all of them. Didn't we already talk to you? Spheres, do some shopping, stock up on medicinal herbs. If you get hurt from too much fighting, you can use them to heal yourself. Wouldn't go anywhere without at least a couple if I were you. Okay. Is that all she's got, or does she have like proper equipment? Let's check to see. I don't know if in the menu if it'll tell you what you got on your person. We got 6 medicinal herbs. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm not super familiar with this game. We got 2 antidotes for poison. And sleeping hibiscus. Send a single enemy to sleep. Okay, so that's like a battle item. Is there yeah, let's press Y and sort by type. Okay. It's LB, RB. There we go. Z is Y in my case, apparently. That's the way we want it. Alright, suit of agility. Yeah, okay. So we don't have a whole bunch of stuff, but we got some stuff. Oop, forgot I was still in the menu. So you're leaving good old Cobblestone, are you? Well, make sure you got these essentials before you set off. Welcome, valued customer. How may I serve you? What would we like to buy? Cypress stick we don't need. Pot lid we don't need. It says, oh, it even says number owned. That's good, that's good. Bandana. I have a red bandana on. Wayfarer's clothes. Oh, here we go. It says right there. Wayfarer's clothes will increase our defense by 1, and we can't afford them. I guess let's get an even 10 on the medicinal herbs. So we'll buy 4 of those first. Redbeard's going to be carrying it. Antidotes. I guess we'll buy a couple more of these too, just in case. We'll bump it up to 5 of those. And then do we want the Wayfarer's clothes, and should we buy the bandana to match? Kind of think we do. You know what? It's only 1 defense. Let's be patient. Let's see if we run into something better later on. I think that's the way to go. And we are done. Alright, now before we go on our little journey, let's stop by the church and save our data. Well, it said everyone in town was waiting to wave me off, but I clearly see people not waiting at the north exit. That's okay. Perhaps a little prayer before we depart. We'll do a confession. Confess me all that you've done, child. I might record it in an adventure log. We'll overwrite that guy. Yes. Unusually long save screen, but there we are. Do you intend to continue adventure at this point? Unfortunately, no. We are going to have to call that an episode. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to help support the channel. Click that notification bell if you want to be alerted to when I am streaming. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and have a good one.